some music while we wait for some people, okay? And then we're gonna start our little chat, our little reacquaintance. You know, my days and my life is all about music. I'll even dance for you. How about that? I feel like Dr. Clack, honey, we're gonna start a discussion in a few minutes. You just enjoy the music for a minute. Stay alive, people, stay alive. I'm starting to teach dancing classes again. Yes, I am. So if you need dancing classes, come on. Start with your left foot. 1, 2. All in the hips, babies. Come on, Dr. Clack. I know you got rhythm. Shake all your blues off, babies. Come on now. Shake all those blues off. Chacana. Cuban music. Woo. Hello, hello, hello. We are getting reconnected. A little bit out of breath. It's been a long time. We are getting reconnected after so long. I took a little break. I did. You go do you. I understand. You're working. I wanted to reconnect again and clear something up that has some people a little bit worked up. I did not leave WBNC Breaking Chains Radio because of anything that they did. Absolutely, Dr. Clack. I know you will, babes. Because of anything that they did. They didn't do anything. Hola, mami, ¿cómo estás? It's been a long time. WBNC, I actually started with them 2 years ago. And I had listen, they were great to me. We had a great working relationship. And I enjoyed every single day that I went into work. Every Thursday was a blast for me. But my health took a turn. Good afternoon, Miss Iris. How are you, baby? My health took a turn and I had to make certain decisions. And that's what the topic is going to be about, is about your health. So I had to make a decision, and the decision was based on, well, I have to travel from my new residence to the radio station an hour. It's not around the corner. That's number one. Didn't bother me as much as I thought. But, like I said, the health started to take some turns that I wasn't understanding what was going on. And so that came into factor. The other factor was my business, my public relations business, took off. Hola, hola, evangelista. My public relations business took off the ground, and it's been blessed. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have this beautiful home with my family, with my husband, and I wouldn't have all the things that I have accomplished so far. And so that was the other factor. The other factor is the project that I'm working on. Iris is involved. Gladys, Belen, and Nancy, and all these wonderful women are involved with this new project. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. And that has taken off, and it has taken my schedule like crazy. I have the world around us is also still up and running. It's an educational YouTube series. You can find us on YouTube, and we talk about different topics. Our upcoming topics are going to be ending human trafficking and sexual exploitation. And that's going to be filmed. We were trying to film it during the summer, but it hasn't happened because we have such conflicting schedules. The guests that I have for these episodes are, oh my God, they're tremendous. I have Kelly Master, and I also have Andar Mateen. And those two, their schedules, I thought I had a busy schedule. Gee whiz, they took over, okay? So it's been crazy to get them scheduled, but we are scheduling them for September. And so after September, you'll see those two episodes. The other thing is that, as you know, I'm a abuela, and I'm going to be an abuela again. In August, my oldest daughter, Christina, will have Micaela Lee Brooks. She'll be born in August, another August baby. Yay. We won't celebrate too much. That's a lot of Leos in one family. I'm a Leo. My other granddaughter's a Leo. Now we have another granddaughter that's going to be a Leo. Woo! Mucho calor. Okay? And so, all those reasons put together in a bucket, it's like, what? Beatriz, you can't do all that. And so, I had to let go of the traveling back and forth to the WBNC studio. Now, let me tell, it is the best feeling ever. You think you love your kids? Jiminy Cricket, you love your grandkids even more. And I've learned so much, like so much. 80s, you just, oh my gosh. And so all those reasons brought me to the decision of not being able to go back and forth. But primarily was my health. And so I had to take that under consideration. Now, mind you, I love Beverly Brooks and Christopher Biddle. They are the owners of WBNC, and I will always respect them for everything that they did for me. and for our friendship, because we really truly have a very, very good friendship. So nothing happened. It's just Beatriz, the serious Beatriz had to make a decision. That's all that was. Now, I'm going to break down everything that I'm doing. And then I'm going to tell you how crazy it is that I'm doing all these things. And it's only by the grace of God that I'm able to do these things. Did you see me dancing? The out of breath, the fatigue and all that is part of what I'm going through. Okay? So don't think, oh my God, it's not nada, like out of shape and girl, ¿qué te pasa? No, it's just, it's part of the fibromyalgia that I'm going through. So let me break all the things down. I am working on the world around us, like I said, upcoming 2 episodes in September. But before you film an episode, you have to do the research, you have to get your guests, you have to book your guests, you have to get a whole staff together, you have to, although now it is perfect, the residence that I have, because we actually film at my residence. So it's much better. We actually film here in my office. So it will be more accommodating to what we're doing. So there's so many steps to putting on a show that's educational and that brings to you the facts that you need to know. Human trafficking is a very big topic that we all need to know about. We need to stop thinking that it does not happen in our neighborhoods. We need to stop thinking that only happens in a third world country or in a los Latinos nada más. No, it happens everywhere. It happens right here in the United States. Kelly Smith Master, you can go on Facebook and find her. You can even find her through her website, dignity.org. And she has amazing information in there that you really should look up. Okay, if you can't wait till the episode comes out, go to her page and read. It is happening everywhere. It is. You just saw on the news the tractor trailer that had over 100 people inside of it. There was no ventilation. There was no water. There was no nothing. These people are suffocating in the back of a trailer, and the driver was out of the truck, parked the truck, and these people are dying in the back because they're suffocating. They're sick, and there were even children in there. I think 7 or 9 children in the tractor trailer. So it's very serious. It's a very serious thing. This human trafficking for sex. To use them as maids, for labor, for all sorts of things that you thought and that I thought ended. It didn't end. It's still happening. It's just underground in a different way, and everybody is getting rich off of this. So the other one is being Muslim in America. And I picked that topic because there's so many misconceptions about the Muslims and the Muslim community. So many misconceptions. Not all of them are terrorists. Not all of them hate us. I have so many that are really great friends of mine. Let me tell you, my producer, Raheem, and these young ladies here, Iris, Beditza, Belen, Gladys, they met Raheem. Raheem is a phenomenal Muslim. And he doesn't go around pushing his religion, his faith, his beliefs on anybody. He just doesn't. He believes them, and that's it. He will share it with you. He will, if you ask him something about it, he has no problem teaching. None. I ask a million questions. Listen, his ear must be falling off. He must be tired of me. Okay? But he's great at that. He really is. He's great at that. And so I wanted to bring those two topics, being Muslim in America and human trafficking, because those are the two misconceptions that all of us have. And we need to open our eyes and start smelling that they're right here, right around us. Hola, Beditza. Hola, mi amor. ¿Cómo estás? Hello, Mr. Reed. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Mr. Reed is so great. He's so encouraging and supportive, and he follows my projects and all my craziness. And Mr. Reed himself does, he doesn't know how I do all this stuff because I suffer from chronic health conditions that are not curable. And we're going to get to that. But I'm telling you all the things that I'm doing. And the next thing is El Poder de la Mujer Latina. El Poder de la Mujer Latina is it's oh my God, it's a movement. It's a movement to change another perceived notion that Latinas are a certain way of how we see it on our computers, how we see it on TV, what we see of them on a magazine. Those are all controlled images by media. Yes? Yes. But there's the you and there's the me that are left out. We're not half naked. We don't have fatherless children. And I'm not saying that being a single mom is bad. No, that is not what I'm saying. Because my sister is one heck of a single parent. Kudos to Carmen Sanabria. Kudos. She raised 3 amazing men and 1 grandson. Okay? Kudos to her. So I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when you type in the word Latina, or when you look at a TV or anything, magazine, we're half naked. We have no brains, uneducated, and we're lost in our own sauce. Come on now. Okay? But this is another one. Single mom at the moment. At the moment when she had her 2 oldest, she was a single mom. Look at that. Iris was a single mom. Both Latinas and both amazing mothers. Okay? And at this point, I wanted to change the misconceptions, because all of these things, Muslims are terrorists. Human trafficking only happens in the Latino countries. Hold up. But misconceptions. Mi gente, despierta. Nosotros somos más de lo que ustedes ven en la televisión, en la computadora, en un magazine. Chico, ¿qué pasa? We have to take our places. And by taking our places, we have to show you who we are. Hola, Yvonne. How are you, babes? I'm so glad that you joined us. Mm-hmm. So those are some of the things that I'm doing. Then my business, public relations. I actually work for Camden Area Health Education Center. That's one of my clients. I say that I work for them, but that's one of my clients. And she always has a project going on. Gee whiz. It's a great nonprofit organization in the city of Camden that works with people that have AIDS and HIV. They also work with African American women in helping to prevent them from getting HIV and AIDS. African Americans are the highest population with HIV and AIDS, and still growing. It's amazing to me, all the work that they do there. There's no judgment. There's no criticism. There's no closing the door to anyone. Martha Chavis is the executive director. She does some excellent work there. I give it to her. Applause to her. Okay. And if you want to know any information about the organization, or if you want to get involved, please, there's a Facebook page for them. But that's one of my clients. The other clients are Market Street Development Corporation, which I promote his commercial properties. And I find, or help him find, tenants that will come in and open their businesses there. And so I'm like so proud and so happy that the newest tenant that he found is Dominique and Marcus Valentine from Camden, New Jersey. They are going to open their very, very first business there. They are so exciting. They are so hyped. And I'm hyped for them. Oh my God. They are going to do a fitness club. You know, I have to go because, you know, I have to, you know, just a little bit of weight, you know. And everybody that's there and wants to join should. Think about it. You can find them on Facebook. They are super high energy. All the time. They're like, wah. But they're beautiful people. And so, and then I have Impacting Villages in Africa. Oh my God. The work that Esther Turner is doing in Ghana, Africa is real, and it is just amazing. The kids bringing clothes, bringing food, supplies that they may need for their school. All those things, she is doing amazing mission work. She does it, she travels sometimes once, twice a year, and she also has a fundraiser that she holds annually. And so those are some of my clients. There's other clients, but those are some of my clients. And so all of that, and I still go through the chronic, uncurable, there's no cure, okay, health conditions that are excruciating, that you feel like you are being torn literally apart, limb by limb. Fibromyalgia is one of the silent destroyers. There are so many others, you know, lupus, people with lupus. I have a friend that has a grandson, cystic fibrosis. So there's so many silent destroyers, so many silent killers. And I'm not trying to compare my health to anybody. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Your DNA is totally different from my DNA. So what happens to me may not ever happen to you. I don't want you to believe that that you're going to go through all the symptoms that I'm going through. Okay. I know there's a few people here that are already listening that do have the fibromyalgia plus other conditions. I don't want you to think that everything that has happened to me is going to happen to you. Good morning, little papa.
Good morning.
That right there is my son. He comes every day to see his little son. Over there. That's Boots. So I don't want you to think that everything that happens to me is going to happen to you, or that eventually you're going to get. I actually started or was somewhat diagnosed in 2010. I was 35 years old in 2010. I was going to a doctor, a family doctor, that had no real knowledge of fibromyalgia, but he was so overwhelmed with what I was telling him that I was going through that he just labeled it that way. Then he went into, well, you have MS. And then it was, well, you have lupus. He was just so frustrated because so many doctors just don't know and don't understand it. And they're still trying to completely understand everything that encompasses what is fibromyalgia. And so at that time, 2010, I was 35 years old and I was diagnosed with that. I was diagnosed because I had lost my mobility, literally. I literally just stopped walking. Literally. It was the most scaring thing ever. It was not the first time that it had happened to me. It had happened to me in my teenage years, but I didn't think anything of it. Okay? I did not think anything of it. I had lost mobility of my legs. I couldn't even feel my legs. How about that? All I felt was this excruciating pain, stabbing pain, crushing pain. My legs felt like they had just fallen off my body. It was horrible. I have to thank my son Damien that you just saw, my other son Eddie Lopez, and my son Damien's best friend Tariq. These three boys, every time they saw me trying to move, they would stop me and they would help me. They would help me get up. They would help me move around. I was walking with a cane, but it was barely walking. I had to be carried up and down the steps in the morning, at night, in the morning. You know why? I didn't want to stay upstairs. I felt so alone upstairs. So I wanted to be where they were, and they were all downstairs, and I wanted to be with my kids. So my kids carried me up and down the steps. And I am so thankful for them. They didn't complain. They never criticized me. They never judged me. They never put me down. None of that. None of that. If the person that's near you starts to point you out, that person don't love you. That person is supposed to be there unconditionally. And unconditional love does not have a condition. Meaning, he or she cannot be judging you, cannot be putting you down just because. Just because. So that happened. I continued to go to doctors, specialists. There's no real testing for fibromyalgia. There's really no real testing. There's the testing of let's do this, and this to exclude certain conditions. But it's not a testing of let me give you this fibromyalgia test and see. There are trigger points in your body, 12 trigger points that are extremely sensitive at touch. Forget about it, at touch, okay? I was about to take, let me tell you how bad the trigger points were. I didn't know at that point I didn't know anything about fibromyalgia, trigger points. I had not done the research. I didn't want to accept what was going on. I still don't. I'm not even going to lie. I still don't. That's why I refuse to give up what I do. I still don't. I was going to take a shower one day and I started. Shower, the water's running. I was about to get into the shower. A drop of water touched my skin. The next door neighbor heard me screaming. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it can get. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. It got to a point that I was missing out on the hugs from my kids. I was missing, and mind you, again, my boys are carrying me up and down. They're touching me would make me literally go into tears. It was horrible. It was horrific. I couldn't understand it, couldn't take it. I didn't know what to do. Didn't know who to talk to. The doctor is like frustrated with me and trying all these weird drugs on me. All experimental drugs that they try because they try to control that pain. And so he gave me Lyrica. And he gave me Cymbalta. No muy bueno for me. Okay? Like I said, everybody's DNA is different. The Lyrica and the Cymbalta put me cuckoo. I was suicidal. I wanted to hurt I was angry all the time. What? I was out of control. I was depressed to the depressed, to the depressed, to the depressed. Horrible. I took one pill. That's all it was. I had to stop those pills like that immediately after taking that one pill because it didn't work and it made me like lose it. I was off. It wasn't me. And so I stopped it. Now, the non-mobility of my legs seems to be what my biggest problem is. Because there are times where, as you saw, I can dance a little. You know what I mean? And then there are times where if you come visit me, I won't get up. And you'll be like, what is wrong with this girl now? What's wrong is she can't feel her legs. Or her legs are in excruciating pain. And she ain't gonna get up. If you're my friend, my true friend, my true family, you would simply understand it and just sit there and be with me. Again, no judgment, no criticism, no pointing me out. I have spoken to too many people that are suffering from fibromyalgia, and I have heard stories of breaking up with your partner not it's not that they understand, because there's no understanding. You know what I mean? Like, even yourself, you're like, esto no me está pasando a mí, this can't be happening to me, so what the heck? If I can't understand it, how am I going to make them understand? You understand? But they don't even try. They don't even go with you to the doctor to at least say, listen, I want to listen to what you're saying, to what you're explaining, so that I can learn. See, my husband, in the beginning, he did not accept it and did not believe it. It's unbelievable. It truly is. It is a unbelievable. Sorry, guys. It is an unbelievable thing that's happening to you, and you don't believe it. Nobody else does. Neither do you. But it is happening. And so in the beginning, it was hard for him. And yeah, we had our tangles, but most of all, I saw in him a concern for me, because he saw the superwoman that he was so used to seeing, like, slowly losing her strength. Fibromyalgia tears apart your muscles. It tears at them. It destroys them. It makes you weak. I'm not a weak person. Everybody that knows me, I'm not a weak person. Never have been, never will be. But when I don't feel well, you can't even get half a word out of me. And in the beginning, I used to cry a lot. Because again, I didn't understand what was happening. And nobody understood. So I was being judged. 2 of my kids didn't believe me for a very long time. Now they all help me. One way or another, they all help me. It's an illness, and I've seen other illnesses that destroy your family. If you're not a unified family, if you don't fight against absolutely everything that comes against y'all, this is something that's going to tear you apart. Unconditional love. That's what you need when you're in this situation. You don't need stress, negativity, que se chisme, rumores, bochinche, que se la comay, que se el compay. Man, get out of here with that. You understand me? You are always welcome to my home. Just don't bring it. Because I don't need it. I'm not interested. My health cannot take it. Fibromyalgia continues its course from 2010 to now. And fibromyalgia has literally torn apart my bladder. I started to get this, oh my God, this ripping pain inside of me. And I didn't know what was going on. The pain would start in my pelvic area and go down my legs. If I get graphic, y'all don't want to hear it, I understand if you leave. But I'm going to get graphic because there's people that are going through it and don't know why. They don't know what the heck. So I go to my GYN, and she tells me that I have pelvic floor dysfunction. Pelvic floor dysfunction is literally the walls of your pelvic, your muscles inside, have grown weak. Weak. Now, as fibromyalgia, that's triggered on by some kind of a trauma, some kind of stressful moment that you have gone through. It could be immediately, or as me, it took years. So the pelvic floor dysfunction was part of what I had gone through when I was a teenager, which was a rape. That was, and still is, pelvic floor dysfunction. You get these weird physical therapy things that you got to do. Too private to tell. But and they don't work. How about that? Because it's not curable. So your muscles are now weak and your pelvic becomes weak. Your hips, wow, like your hips, oh my God. I'm telling you, when I tell you that I can't walk, I can't walk. There's no moving me. Okay? And I know that it's happening to a few of the people that are listening right now. That in turn went into something even greater because the pain kept getting worse and worse and worse. And so now it's in the bladder. Interstitial cystitis, where your bladder is full of holes and your bladder is constantly bleeding. They do this procedure every once in a while to somehow strengthen the lining of your bladder. It didn't work for me. It stopped the pain for a little bit, for at least a month or something, and then when it comes back harder than before. Okay? So the fibromyalgia has now hit those areas, which means that for over 15 years, this young lady that you see here has not been intimate with anyone because I refuse to have that pain get any worse. Yes, I said over 15 years, and I'm not lying. There's documents, doctor documents, that say all that. Okay? And let me tell you, you could lose your husband over that. I haven't. I've been blessed. God is an amazing, amazing. And He has kept us together, regardless of all these things in this file. Now, the fibromyalgia is bothering something else. It is attacking the muscles of my heart, causing me chest pains. Chest pains in which come and go whenever they want. So, I could be driving to that 1 hour going to the radio station, and my heart, my chest, and I have to pull over. I have to stop. I can have an accident. I have been put now on nitro pills to control the pain. But those nitro pills, they're no joke. They take your pain away. But they put you to sleep. They put me to sleep. I don't know about y'all, but I know they put me to sleep. Okay? The fibromyalgia is going to attack absolutely everything in your body. Your whole body has muscles you're going to be attacked. You're going to be in pain. Hello, Kiki. That is my nurse.
Hello.
That's my daughter, Crystal. She's the one that takes care of me when I'm sick. She is also studying to be a nurse. She's off to her job right now.
I'm going to text you if you can call the doctor and see if you can schedule one.
Okay. So, fibromyalgia attacks all your muscles in your body. All of them. All at the same time. Forget about one at a time. No. It's coming all at the same time. And so, with all that's happening in my health, there's also the fibro fog. Fibro fog is you literally feel like you're dumb. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm laughing because I know it's not funny, guys, but that's literally how I feel. It's like you can't put a sentence together. You can't remember what happened yesterday. You can't remember what you were about to say or do. I'm in the middle of cooking and all of a sudden voy pa'l sazón y I forgot what I was doing. That quick. You can wake up with that. And you're feeling like, well, what? You're lost. It's horrible. It's a horrible sensation to have. It's a horrible sensation to live with. Okay? Then enter the vertigo. That's a doozy. The vertigo makes the room spin. Like, okay? You're spinning. You're spinning. And so all those things I had to take into consideration when I made the decision of, do I continue traveling 1 hour to the radio station and risk my life just for a radio show? I love all of you. And if I can help the people that know me, if I can help, I'm going to help regardless. But it was not worth, and I'm sorry to say that, because I don't want you to feel some type of way. I don't want WBNC to feel some type of way. That 1 hour drive with chest pains, vertigo, not feeling my legs, it wasn't worth it. And so I decided I'd rather have a Facebook Live chat with you guys. You can join me. You can join the conversation. You can tell me how you feel. You can tell me what you're thinking. You can tell me if you're going through the same things that I'm going through. And we can chit chat. And I can help you better this way. But taking a drive, a 1 hour drive, in my uncurable chronic health condition was not worth it. Was not worth it. And I love being on radio. I do. Since over 18 years ago, I started with Gladys Lugaldo in Violin, New Jersey. I love being on radio. I really do. But it wasn't worth it. And so I don't want you to think that that I was trying to get out of being at WBNC or you know, or that I didn't want to see you anymore or anything like that. It's just, It wasn't worth it, okay? I still love you. I always will. You know that. How do I stop loving you guys? I hope that me sharing just a little bit of what I've been going through can help someone, anyone. If you have to share the video with someone that is going through it, or that you think might be going through it, share the video with them. Tell them to listen for a little bit. Just for a little bit. And this doesn't just happen to poor people. It doesn't happen to middle class people. It can happen to anybody. I want you not to judge. I want you not to treat people any different than what you used to just because they're sick. Okay? I want you to be patient with them, because this is really hard for us. I understand how hard it is for you guys, but it's harder for us to take in because it's happening to us, and this isn't who we are. But we make the best of it. Do not let, if you're going through any chronic health condition, don't let it depress you. Don't let it rip away your happiness and your joy. Don't. And don't ever say that suicide is a better solution. Because it's not. It's not. You may think that ending all the pain is better, it's faster. ¿Qué va? Vamos a terminar con todo esto. Fíjate eso. Yo no voy a pasar por todo eso. Yes. Fight it, and fight it hard every day. You have your family with you. Teach them. Share with them what it is that you go through. They'll understand. They'll come around. Slowly. They'll come around and they'll understand. I love my children for understanding. For at least trying to understand. Daniel, Christina, Damien, Crystal, and their spouses. Because Marcus, Miriam, your son Marcus, is amazing. When I'm sick and he sees that I'm sick, he tries to help me. Your son Miriam is... I'm glad my daughter married your son. And I'm glad that we're going to be abuelas, chica. I hope that this lunchtime has helped you just a little bit to understand certain things. Not to give up, okay? Don't do that. If you gotta cry, scream, shout sometimes, I get it. I get it. Do that. Go ahead. Okay? But never give up. I don't want you to do that. Okay? I shall be back trying every week to come and talk to you guys, chat with you, okay? Bring you what I'm doing and what's happening, and you tell me what's happening in your life too. Okay? I love you, and I'm gonna give you some music so that you can go and have fun, okay? And get back to work. Because me, I gotta get back to work. I do. Because if not, I'm gonna be in trouble. So, I'm gonna, get something here for you. It won't be that crazy one. That's too crazy. I hope you like this one. I love you guys. Yvonne, I'm right here. I'm right here for all of you guys. If you need something, La Gitana got you. Hey, and you better be smiling. Love you guys. Enjoy the music. Love you.
Porque tu boca es como el viento que pasa rozando y cuando me besas me pones sabor. Vivo esperando el momento de hacerte mía y robarme tu corazón. Porque tu boca es como el viento que pasa rozando y cuando me besas me pones sabor. Vivo esperando el momento de hacerte mía y robarme tu corazón. Yo sé que tú no me crees, pero mírame, dale, bésame, vamos a hacerlo como la primera vez, dale, tócame, esta vez, yo lo que quiero es besarla a usted lentamente, sin importar lo que piense la gente. Olvídate